Hello everyone, George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how we run multiple crews. This question's come up quite a few times and I'm just going to start from scratch, wrap it all up in a nutshell for you, show you how we do it, okay? First and foremost, you're going to start out, you're going to be boots on the ground. You're going to be the guy in your truck. You're going to, if you do it like I did it, you worked a full-time job and you started doing lawn care on the side, and you would do it at night after work or on the weekends. Then suddenly you find that you are getting more and more work, that you're not able to take care of it. You don't have enough time to do it through your evenings and weekends, so then you hire someone to help you, okay? In my case, it was my family. Then all of a sudden it got too big to where even we couldn't keep up with everything that was going on. Then you add a second truck, which means you have to hire someone to drive in that truck. And then you have him do as many jobs as he can do until he can't do them anymore. And he's not doing a good job because he can't keep up. Then you got to hire him, someone to work with him. So that's how you continuously build your company. Okay, that's how you just continue to add trucks. So start with your boots on the ground. Eventually you hire some trucks. Now, you're still able to go out and manage your crews even though you hire another truck. You can hire 3 trucks. You can still get out and manage them because it's each one is doing 20 jobs a day. You can still get out there and manage those guys. It's still manageable. It's 60 jobs. It's tough. It's getting tougher, okay? Then as time goes on, it gets even worse. So then you have to hire a manager. Manager's got to come in and help you because now you need to be more of managing your business as a whole instead of being out in that truck. You need to spend more and more time out there. And I know I'm guilty of this all the time because I'm in the field, but I still spend a ton of time in the office working on the things, working on getting commercial accounts, residential accounts, things like that I should be doing, okay? Now I hire a manager to take over the day-to-day tasks of following these guys, okay, and following up on it. So once the manager's in, and you'll realize if you don't do this, you're going to start losing clients because you're wearing yourself too thin. You're going to be working 15, 16 hours a day. You're not getting any sleep. You're cranky. You're making bad decisions, and it will come back to haunt you. So after that's done, what we do is we start hiring office girls. Now we have multiple crews out there. So we have several in Wisconsin. We have several in Florida. And now we've got to watch everybody, and you got to get this going. So one of the things that we do to help us is we hire office girls, and what they do is we put the GPSs in the trucks, and they monitor them. They can see the date they showed up at the properties, and that's really good because if a customer calls up and says that they weren't mowed, we can look back and see, hey, wait a minute, yeah, we had a truck there. They were there for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. They were there on April 1st, and they were there for 20 minutes. They were there at 3 o'clock, and they left at 3:15. We know that they did their job there, okay? So, or at least they pretty much should have. Especially if it's a customer that complains all the time, no matter what, you can pretty much write that off. On the other hand, if it's a customer that never complains and they call and say, hey, I wasn't mowed, sometimes even with the GPS, I've had the guys sit out there and smoke cigarettes and throw them on the grass while I'm on the phone with the customer and they're telling me what they're doing, and the guys just drive away. They said, but anyway, those people are gone. So in the end, they got theirs. But GPS is super, super helpful tool, and we utilize the girls' strengths in the office to watch and monitor. So they look, if this crew is responsible for 100 properties, we know, okay, why did they only get 13 done today? Why did they only get 16 done today? Why didn't they get 20? Or if they got 28 or 30 properties done, they had to have done a shitty job because you only got 2 guys in that truck, and they're spaced so far away. To do 30 jobs, you had to have been flying, somebody got skipped, and sure enough, you look at the reports and you'll see where they were there for 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 2 minutes, maybe they did a drive-by. That's how valuable those reports are for you because they tell you what those guys did for the most part, how long they were there, what was going on, okay? So, you have the office girls. We used to have a lot of the problem was just having the managers run around and put out fires all the time until we learned. And my favorite saying in the world is to take the matches away from the children. And that's the children are the ones out there starting the fires all the time when they're skipping properties, when they're doing a lousy job on the properties. So now we hold them accountable. So we have a fine system set up. So if our employees go out there, here's an example of our current fine system. If I have a complaint, both guys in that truck, if this is a residential, let's talk residential right now. Both guys in that truck are going to get a fine if that's a legitimate complaint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send one of the managers over there. Our office girl actually calls them up, sends them over. They go look at the property, and if yes, we didn't mow the backyard. Yes, we didn't trim the shrubs. Yeah, we screwed up. We didn't do something right. Okay, both guys get fined. Why do both guys get fined? Because if you ask who did it, you'll see this. You'll see this all day long because that's all they do. So I eliminated that. Both you guys get it. I don't care who was on the trimmer. I don't care who was on the mower. You're both getting a fine. So that's the first fine. Now, if they decided to skip a property, especially tends to happen on Fridays because they want to be done with work and they want to make themselves a 3-day weekend or a 2.5-day weekend. So they have a real tendency to skip them on Fridays. We catch them skipping lawns. I send the manager over there. First we look at the GPS. GPS says they were not there. I send the manager over. He looks at the property. Yep, they didn't mow it. $50 fine. Both of you guys. They don't like that. Let me tell you, I'm getting their attention now. Now let's say a customer comes along. They're so upset. Here's a good example. One of our employees decided to take a piss on the side of their house while the customer was there. And while they were doing that, the customer called me up, said, George, your employee's pissing on my house. You guys are fired. Okay, guess what both those guys got? $100 fine each. Yep, they're fired. So I know that there's a lot of you guys out there who want to say to me, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's not legal. Well, let me tell you something. It is legal, and I've checked it out. As long as you have those employees sign off on that when you hire them, it is 100% legal. So go ahead and check with the workforce development all you want. That's a fact, Jack. So I just want to clear that up because I just know some of you guys are going to throw it back at me. Anyway, use it. I'm telling you, you get their attention fast. Let's see. So we took the matches away from the children. That helped us a great deal. We survey our customers. Something else we had to start doing. Is once a month, the girls send it out with their invoices and whatnot. They'll just send out these little emails or letters, just a survey to our clients asking how we're doing. And when those come back, and if they're not really happy with us, we don't score high on it, we send the managers over there with the employees to find out what the problems are and to fix them. Okay? Again, it's all about managing the crews. One of the other things that we do is, especially on the commercial trucks, okay, commercial trucks, you'll have one guy that is your truck lead. He is responsible for that truck. We pay him more money. We hold him 100% accountable. Because what we don't care about is him saying, well, I've got 4 guys, George, that I'm trying to take care of, and I don't know who was on the edger. I don't know who did that, okay, who chopped through that irrigation line. Well, I don't know either, and I don't really care because you're being paid more money. You need to walk that property before you leave, and you need to be held accountable to get that work done. And if you're not doing that, you are the guy that's getting the fine. So, believe me, pay the guys more money, but you get their attention and they get through it. Things work out much, much better. All right. We have the managers that do drive-bys on properties. We'll have our managers follow those guys around from time to time. You've seen us do it in the past. We follow them around. We look for the weak links. We'll come right behind them. If we see a messy property, if we know, and you'll know after a while, you start getting complaints on a certain truck, you'll start to follow that truck and go right behind them. As soon as you find a shitty job they did, I get on the phone with them. The manager gets on the phone and calls them right back there and says, explain this. Explain this. Okay? Get in there and fix it. Get in there and fix it. Then I'll leave them alone that day. 2 days later, the manager, I'll send them right back after them. Comes right after them, same thing. And if they don't clean up their act, they're down the road. Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. I don't even know why I did that. Just came to me. All right, so anyway, we do the drive-bys. The managers ride with the guys. Sometimes we'll send the managers in the commercial trucks. They'll ride with the guys from time to time. It's really good for those guys because it gives some camaraderie going on there and also gives them an opportunity to see the kind of work these guys are doing because they're right on the property before the guys even touch anything. They can see what they've been doing and what they haven't, so that helps out a lot. Let's see, the truck leads we talked about, the fine system we talked about. Best thing I can tell you guys, implement a lot of these things. If you have other ideas that you'd like to share with the YouTube community, I'd appreciate hearing from you. I'm sure everyone else would also. This has been George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Don't forget to leave me your comments down below. And also, if you need to check out any of our other videos, we archive them all on our websites, and those links are down below. Thanks for watching.